做工。Alan，我把你交俾你呀，但係我哋這邊攞禮拜，但係我都是用到這個咁嘅 contact 咯，所以我個在 renew 下你 contract 咯，交8嘅哦。Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the parenting talk for August 2025. So today we are going to talk about interest and talent development in our children. So I put the title as Nurturing Interest and Talent Development in Children. So today I'm going to share with you the guide for parents to unlock their child's full potential. So most of all of our children, they have their talent which we can develop since young, but how to nurture the interest and the talent and how to identify. So today, that's what I'm going through with you. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Carmen Liu, and my profession is a communication and leadership coach. I'm a certified relationship consultant of LPPKM Malaysia since 2001. And I'm also a licensed NLP practitioner as well. And besides that, I'm a public speaking practitioner. I provide services like corporate trainings, public talk, and also private coaching. So the topics of my trainings mainly focus on personal branding and it focus on communication and leadership skill. And I use, as what you see, I'm an NLP practitioner. So what I'm conduct during my training and coaching is all very deep into our subconscious mind. What is our intention behind? And all these things are actually very helpful, especially when we are as parent. So I am married for 23 years and I have 21-year-old godson and 18-year-old daughter. The godson is very important. I will highlight him because I stay together with him. He is my nephew, actually my husband's brother's son. So since young, since 1 year old plus, I have groomed him and guided him in his education until now he's 21-year-old in his university life. So that's why I put him in because the way that I nurture him and my daughter actually give me a lot of learning experience as a parent, and he allows me to see a better side of me, and I discovered that wow, I can be a parent as well before I have my own daughter. Okay, why is this talk matters? Let's talk about the purpose and goals. This session, as you can see what I have in the stream, this session is designed to empower you with the insights and tools needed to foster your child's unique gifts. Unique gifts means every one of us are born is born because we have certain talents and we need to help our children to develop that, because all these unique gifts will get them in goals in life and success in life, and it will help to convert all these things to their skills, to their earning power, and that's helped them to survive in this world. And shifting the focus from external pressures to a journey of a joyful growth and meaningful development. We understand that working environment is always so stressful. All around the world is a lot of stress, a lot of impact to our growing. So if we can develop the interest and talent of our children since young, help them to convert those interest and talent to survival skill, their life will be happier and they will have a more meaningful life journey. Okay, so why is it we need to do this? First thing, empowerment. We have to recognize and support their unique interests and talents. For example, my daughter, since young, I noticed that she loves to draw. So I enroll her into drawing class, art class, to get a teacher to help her to guide her on how to develop her artistic artistic talent. But along the way, she discovers something like origami. So it's something, it's also art, but it's the other side of the art. So without I knowing, I thought it's only art coloring, but my recognition and support her growth eventually let me see that oh, she likes origami as well, and that is something which is a very big discovery for me at that time. And it's a joyful growth. Why we want to shift this focus to shift focus from achievement pressure to purposeful development, because growing in fact is a very meaningful journey. Growing up, how we nurture our children from young, how we make sure that they recognize their talent and convert it and develop it into their skills, survival skills, and that makes them equipped with these assets which help them in their daily life when they are working. So make them a joyful growth with the recognition of their talent and also their interest. The third purpose is these are the practical strategies. Gain tools for fostering talent from an early age, because when we have all these strategies from young that we are nurturing them, in fact, we are helping them to be happier, and also we see that we are developing our next generation with joy, and then we can see that oh, they are having a bright future. So as a parent, I feel very happy that I get to help them to identify their talent, and I make it their very strong asset, and that's how they can survive in this world. The last one is address the challenges. there, like I say, there are a lot of challenges in this world. So we need to tackle a lot of misconceptions and also hurdles which we are facing, so that we can actually help them and then help us as well. If we do not develop their talent, that means all the while from young until maybe they grow up, we are still the one who help them to do a lot of things. So why not we help them to develop their talent, to develop their interest, so that they can be more independent, and it will release our challenge as well. Next, why is it important of early development? I still remember some of my friends, they felt very curious why I identify my children talent since young. To them, it's like, oh, I just bring them out, let them enjoy. So why I need to spend a lot of money in their early childhood, and then transport them to this tuition, to that enhancement class, to that enrichment class? That only should be done maybe from their kindergarten onwards, or from primary school onwards. In fact, the earlier we can develop them, the earlier we can see them to be more independent. Early engagement in interests and talents is not only about skill building, it's about the fundamental to develop the whole personality in a more holistic way. And their interest, it will help them to bring out their intrinsic motivation as well. Like, we know motivation is something which we need to have it from inside out. It's not something that, oh, we go for a motivation class and then we feel motivated. It's something which need to trigger our emotion. And as a person, I feel that, wow, I like this feeling, it's so positive, I have the I want to develop that. And that's the thing we call motivation. So when we develop these talents, actually these talents represent the natural aptitudes waiting to be polished. Every child, they are born with special talents, and it's up to us to develop them. For example, if you notice your child, like the picture in this screen, if let's say since young, he or she likes to play with this soil, and then one likes to take play with this plant, that means this child may have a very nature may they like nature, and they may develop their interest. When they are in nature, they will deal with nature because they feel relaxed, they feel happy. And as we know, talent and learning is the best during the moments of enjoyment. So this synergy will lead to a stronger growth and also lifelong commitment. So fulfillment, so we need to notice, we need to um, take note of our children when we are around with them, what they like. Like I say, this child, maybe he likes plants. So that means he is a person who is very prone to nature. Prone to nature, it means that he may like things like related to biology, relating to environmental, which this can be part of his talent or his interest. So develop this, and then we just like, if let's say your child is really more into environmental, maybe since young, need to bring him or her to keep in touch, to get close to the nature, bring them to for hiking, bring them to explore those nature things. Like uh, I know that there are groups which bring the children for excursion to nature, to understand our nature, what kind of nature that we have, different kind of environment, geographical environment. So all this exposure actually help to bring up the intrinsic part of the talent of the children, which it may convert into their skill, their special skill, or their asset in future, and help them in their career as well. Next. So why is it important? I mentioned already. First thing, and the importance in the early development is because, first thing, it helps to motivate and fulfill the child. They will feel that, wow, I'm doing something I like. Nobody stopped me. And that thing keep on develop. And the more you encourage, the more it develop. And that helps to sparks the interest in their internal drive. And this is a lifelong growth. The early engagement strengthens the skills over time. Once the skills is identified and we as a parents, we start to look for environment to cultivate, to nurture, to enhance the skill, it becomes a very solid asset in them. So just another example, maybe your child loves to talk. Since young, she's very talkative, he or he's very talkative, and whenever he sees and when he meets anyone, he will just say hello without we asking him or her to greet people. And he can mix around, interact with people very naturally and very spontaneously, and can he or she can make people around very happy, very lively, and people just like to talk to he or she. So this kind of strength is actually development. They have a talent in public relations. That's what I see. So, like my daughter, since young, she's very quiet. And whenever there are any parties, to be honest, I'm very, very worried. I'm like, wow, I'm a very outgoing person. I'm an extrovert, and I mix around with a lot of people. So sometimes when I bring her to join any party, I ask her. At that time, she was only like 1 to 2 years old. I still remember. And when I asked her, greet auntie and uncle a smile, she was in my hand and she reacted as if very cool like this. So I'm like, oh my god. So at that time she was very young, as I said, 1 to 2 years old. So I know the importance of early development. So I try to keep on bringing her out and let her mix around with my different groups of friends. And eventually I can see that she's very jovial. She can mix around very well. So whenever or wherever I brought her, she can just mix around with my friends and they can help me to take care of her for a while when I'm enjoying my life in another at another corner. So actually this helps me to relieve, and I have some me time with my friends as well. So I find that this kind of lifelong growth is actually very important, especially it's not only for the children, it's also for the parent as well. So that's why I always emphasize on early development of the interest and talent of children. Another thing is the brain development. Mistakes and effort build stronger neural connections. All right. Nowadays, I understand that a lot of parents understand that making mistakes is a good way to learn. Not like last time, our olden days, when we make mistakes, we get scolded, then we will be being penalized. But now we understand that every human is not perfect. So we make mistake, and the most important thing is we learn through the mistake. And that's how we develop our brain. There's yes, of course there is right and wrong, but we put the mistake as a learning process rather than something that you have done wrong and you need to be penalized. And that helps the brain to develop in a more holistic way. So the the earlier we can develop all this talent, the earlier that the brain can develop better. The next one is enrichment. Now, gifted children, they thrive when appropriately challenged beyond standard curricula. That means if they have this talent, for example, like my daughter, she likes to speak. I developed her since young, and it's so coincident that since primary school, she told me in the first year of her primary school in Malaysia, standard one, she told me one day she came back from school, she told me, Mommy, I want to I want to participate in contest. I want to participate in storytelling competition. I asked her why. She said, I like to see people clapping. I said, what does it mean? She said, when people clap, I'm standing on the stage. When I see that, I feel like flower open up and close, open up and close. You know what that triggered me? That tells me that, hey, this girl, she has some nature instinct, which she loves all this nature thing. So that's why I know that first, from that experience, I know that she loves to speak. So I help to develop her. Whenever she tells me that she wants to participate in storytelling competition or singing competition, so long she can stand on the stage, whatever she wants, I will just support her. This is the first thing. Second thing is I find that she relates the clapping hand to flower open and close, which tells me that she is more towards the nature. So that's why I try to spend my time bringing her to be close to the nature, like playing in the park, going to the beach, then play with the sand. That's what I'm doing. So that's why this is called the enrichment, which we really help to cultivate what's the talent in them. All right. Now, let's go into interests and talents. These are the differences between interests and talents. Interest is, well often used interchangeable. We feel that, oh, it's almost the same, but in fact interests and talents actually play distinct, yet they are somehow interconnected roles in the child's development. So let us see what are the differences between interests and talents. Okay, talk about interests. Interests are activities children enjoy and choose freely. Okay, they like to watch cartoon, they like to go McDonald's, they like to have ice water because they enjoy and they feel very free to have all these things. And all these interests can evolve and change over time. After some time, they may not like Coke anymore because they have been taking it for a few years, maybe until 3 years old or 4 years old, they stop taking it. So it can evolve as they grow up or as their life experience are different. So this is interest. And it's different, is driven by curiosity and pleasure. So children, they will ask, okay, what is this? This is pink ice cream. They're like, mommy has always bought chocolate ice cream and I never tried the pink, which is strawberry ice cream. I want to try. They're curious. So this kind of interest development is driven by curiosity, and out of that curiosity, that makes them, wow, I love that kind of feeling. So they feel pleasure. So this is what we call interest. An example is a child loves to sing along to songs because the rhythm is nice, it's melodious, and it makes them feel happy, feel free. That's why they just hum the song along when the rhythm is there. Now, we'll talk about talents. Okay, talents is something which we call is an innate abilities. That means it's from inside, it's the inner, the children, they are born with that. And that can be honed with practice. That means it can be advanced, it can be elevated with more practice. And it requires effort and structured development to make it the very solid ability. So once we identify these talents, it's good that we can engage, we can build up the environment for them. For example, let's say your child loves singing, so try to look for singing teacher for him, or look for music teacher. Let them learn music since young, whether it's piano or violin or trumpet or uh, ukulele. Yeah, all these are things which relate to music, and it helps to develop their talent and in a very structured manner because there are guidance, there are proper mentorship helping them to develop the talent. And it's often reveal a natural attitude, just naturally. You will see that sometimes sitting there, he or she just flipping the book, or he is just drawing, he will just sing a song or just hum a song. So this is the talent. It comes naturally. It is not by purpose. All right. An example is a child shows a natural ability to hit correct notes and harmonize. This can be another example as well. So when you observe your children, actually you need to observe that which are the thing or habit or the way they behave is naturally. It's not by you asking them or the daddy asking them to do, or it's a fixed routine for them to do. They will just do it naturally, as and when they are doing something else, that talent actually help, and you can sense that that thing actually makes them feel, you know that they are very happy and they enjoy that moment, and that's what we call talent. Okay, now the interconnection key, that is the key. Interest often fuels the desire to develop a talent, and successful talent development can in turn deepen the interest. That's what I say. So I have a friend who is a ballet dancer. Since I knew her when she was in when we were in primary school, and she always attended a lot of ballet classes. And even though when her tertiary education, she go for ballet, and she studied in Taiwan at the time. She went to Taiwan, and now she is a very successful ballet teacher in Taiwan with her family. She built a family in Taiwan as well, and that's how this talent was developed since young. The mother actually can see that she loves dancing, so that's why sent her to ballet dancing, and she really just sing together with her talent, and her talent was developed from them. So when she grew up, she continued to develop because of the encouragement since young, and end up it becomes her career, and she's doing things that she enjoys, and she can earn a living with that skill as well. So that's what I mentioned, that talent can develop into a survival skill as well. Now, let us talk about the tools and techniques to develop our child's talent. Nurturing talent require a thoughtful approach. It blends diverse experience with focused support. We need to support them, and as what you can see from this picture. In fact, we need to spend time to sit down together with them and do things together. We do not let them explore by themselves at the beginning stage, because they are still young, they need some guidance. So this provide we need to provide a right environment for their natural abilities to flourish. First thing is, we need to provide a diverse opportunities, enroll them to varied classes, like I say, different enhancement classes. Of course, don't pack it like back to back. Make Give them some spare time for themselves. Maybe you want to start off in early, like 3 years old or 4 years old, with art classes, maybe once in a week. Then after that, you add on with singing classes or music classes, piano classes, whichever. So don't pack it like everyday activity. Make them relax and feel that they enjoy that moment, and help them to discover their passion and their hidden abilities. And observe and listen. Remember just now what I said? When we are interacting with our children, when we are bring them out, or when we are speaking with them, when we have our family time, always pay close attention to what really excites them. What they do is out from it is very naturally. We don't have to remind them. It's not a routine which set for them. It's something which they can just do it spontaneously and out of their own will. This is what we need to observe and listen to them as well. And somehow they may approach you, tell you that, "Mommy, I like the sound of trumpet. Where can I learn that?" If your child asks you this kind of questions, is a signal telling you that they are actually looking for something which they really feel they like it. That's why they will ask you that question. So observe and be alert with all this kind of question from your children. Offer supportive resources to them. So when you receive this kind of request, you can tell them, "So do you think that you want to attend any trumpet courses, or maybe you find some trumpet tutor, bring him or her for one or two trial class, let them go and feel whether they like it or not." So if they after the trial class they feel that, "Hey, this is what I want, I really love to, mommy, can I join the class, can I take up this?" And for me, my style, I still remember when I brought my nephew, my godson, to the piano class before, and he refused to go into the class. All right. So when he refused to go into the class, I did not force him as well. He was the one said that okay, he wants to go, but when reached there, he refused to go in. So I said, "Okay, you don't want to go in, I don't want to force you." So that's why I stepped back, and I planned for the next trip. And somehow the next trip didn't materialize. That's why I just okay, let go. For my daughter, she know that I know how to play piano, and she when I brought her to the piano classes, she felt that, "Oh, I like I like to play piano like mommy, and I love the sound of the piano as well." So that's why I enroll her into the Yamaha. That time it should be 4 years old class. Yeah, 4 years old class. So I enroll her into the class, and then she started to learn piano and also learn music. So this is how I provide the instruments and supportive resources for my children to develop. And as for my godson, he's not so interested in developing his talent in music, but he developed his talent in swimming. I brought him to swimming, and he likes the feeling, and he started to develop swimming skill. And Somehow in standard 5, it's only in standard 5, I brought him to the Penang State swimming group, and he loves the competition. He loved the competition. So from then on, he joined the swimming team, and to be honest, it's very very taxing because every night need to bring him to the send him to the pool for training. And even though in primary school or in secondary school it's still the same, it needs to send him for the training. And he was a Penang State swimmer before. So that's how I developed the talent with all these supportive resources that I have. Yes, definitely. I spend a lot of time transporting them to swimming as well. And eventually my daughter also discovered that she loves swimming as well. That's why she went into synchronized swimming. So imagine that every night I have to transport these two children to go for swimming. But luckily the swimming team they use the same place, so that's why it's not so hectic. It's just that that is a timing difference. Now, we have to encourage deliberate practice. It means that we have to foster a growth mindset by emphasizing the effort and persistence over immediate perfection. Of course, when they were in swimming team, it's easier because they had a coach. So they have to listen to the coach, and they are practicing as a team. So children, they like to mix around with friends and peers. So this kind of deliberate practice actually strengthen their self-discipline, and they understand the rules and regulations to work as a team, to have fun as a team, and grow as a team as well. So this kind of deliberate practice actually help them to be persistent and help them to have the growth mindset. So these are the tools and techniques which can help our children to develop their talent. Another one is give specific praise. All right. So as a parent, when my children they did something well, I always say good to them, and I will ask them, what you want? Any special thing you want? You want a McDonald meal? Because my teaching is I do not offer McDonald meals as their daily meals. It's only upon special requests or special occasions they can have this kind of fast food as their meal. So I will focus on this process and effort. So at least they have an encouragement. Let's say he won a medal in this swimming competition, even though it's a relay, it's a teamwork. So I bought him a Magnum ice cream, which he really loved, and that motivated him. So all these are specific praise and recognition, small recognition, and I always say that it's a celebration of small win, which help to motivate them and help to continue developing their talent in them. All right. Now, how to overcome the challenges in talent and interest development? There are a lot of challenges when we are trying to develop the talent and interest in them. The path to nurture this, that like what you see in the screen, is not smooth. All right, just now I did mention that I need to be the transporter, and every night without fail afterwards still need to transport them to the swimming pool, and sometimes need to bring my laptop there to work as well. And at the time there, we were not so familiar with online meeting at that time, so we need to rush in and rush out. So we as a parents, we meet a lot of challenges at that while developing their interest, because we need to juggling among a lot of things. But the most important thing is we need to be aware, and we need to know how to approach all these things strategically, so that this opportunity for growth is with them, and we also have the time for our own matters as well. First thing, avoid the pressure. Shift the focus from being the best to foster genuine growth and enjoyment. So let's say like my nephew, he's in swimming team. My daughter is in a synchronized swimming team as well. If they are practicing, of course they are practicing for competition, and 1 year they will have a field competition. So if they are practicing for the competition, always tell them that do your best, enjoy the journey, and you will bring out the best in you. That is the growth you see. You see how your team members work together to achieve goals for the team. That motivates, and that is the feeling, the enjoyment, the sense of fulfillment, success that you are going for. Rather than telling them that, oh, this round you need to get number one, you need to swim faster, how many seconds faster, so that you can be the best in the swimming team. I personally do not encourage this way. I personally tell them that just enjoy, just do your best. If you feel that you want to be better than last time, set your goal, and that's what you can do. Because they are in the training every day. They know their level, and their coach will guide them on the level as well. So give them the freedom to set the goal for themselves and avoid pressurizing them. And manage the expectations. Reflect on our own motivations. Are you pushing your child for the fulfillment, or is your own fulfillment? Some parents, they want their children to to be motivated to achieve certain things. They feel that it's for their children. But sometimes parents think back, is it something which you miss it during your schooling days, and you wish that happened in your children? So you need to have a very clear mindset that whether it's your expectation or your children expectation, is it what they want? This is very important. I always focus on what they want rather as and what I want. Of course, I'm not a sports person. I always dream of, yeah, how nice if I know how to swim butterfly style, and I know how to swim the freestyle in a proper way. Until now I cannot swim freestyle in a proper way. I cannot breathe properly. So all these are my expectations, and I do not tell them that you have to swim well because mommy cannot swim well. No. Instead, I just encourage them to develop their talent as what the coach lead them, and as what they like and they enjoy. And that's how the boy become the Penang State swimmer, and my daughter, she's in the synchronized team, and she even went to Macau for her first competition as well in standard 3. Another thing is, we need to embrace the evolution. You need to be patient. Talent development is not overnight. It takes months, sometimes it takes years, but you can see the progress bit by bit. So acknowledge the small win. Interest can be broad and still emerging. They can bring up their level from level 1 to level 2, and that's how they develop. And that's perfectly normal. Don't push them, and don't compare them, not to compare them with their peers, not to say that you see your friend can swim so fast and then you are not, so work hard. The comparison actually give pressure to them. So make them at their own pace, let them set their own goal. That's what I always do. Okay. Now the another one is navigate the social dynamics. Learn how to discuss with your child's talents in a way that encourage rather than alienates. That's what I mentioned. What they want, they see that they have this skill, they want that success, they want the glory. That's what they want. Match what they want with what we can support, then we provide the support to make them success. That's how we can really develop their talents in a way that they really enjoy the journey. Okay. Another thing is, we need to advocate effectively. That means we need to seek out and secure appropriate educational opportunities. We are not perfect, we are not know it all. If we know that our children are with certain kind of talent which we do not have, or even though like I say that I know how to play piano, and I do not teach my daughter by myself. I personally felt that I'm too close, and I prefer someone else to teach her, so that the teaching method is different, and then she will enjoy another. She needs to interact with another form of teaching method, so that she can grow up more holistically, and also she can develop as a I personally feel that she can develop in a more um she can develop um in all aspects, rather than my way is only my way. There are certain ways to develop as well, so I giving chance for her to explore more, not only with my style but other people's style as well. So that's what I seek out and secure appropriate educational opportunities for my children. Now, these are some real life parenting insights and stories which you can seek and you can explore and learn from there as well. The first thing is Audra Nelson's balancing act. Is she has actually successfully managed the synergy and needs of highly gifted children while maintaining realistic parent approaches. So this one, she's one of the success one, which I felt that is I recommend all of you to read about her. And also Belinda Lashford's Heart Check, a method for parents to align their parenting goals with their child's authentic fulfillment, and also ensure activities resonate with the child's true desires. You see, this is exactly what I say. We need to know what they want and match with what we can support them. Then only we can really bring out their authentic self, their authentic talent. And we need to visualize the progress as well. We need to found the success in when they are developing the growth. And like this example say, it can handwritten the progress charts to intrinsically motivate the children and highlight their journey. You can do a progress chart and let them see that how far they, if let's say like, okay, I take the swimming as, okay, maybe we put by months or want to by week. Okay, this month what is your highest record, next month what is your highest record. So they can see the figure, is measurable. Let's say you put a bar chart as well. The the x-axis are the month, the y-axis are the time that he or she can achieve within, let's say, 100 meter or 200 meter. So that's how we guide them to see the achievement, to see the improvement, the progress, make them feel motivated. And each time they will, because human, we likes motivation, and when we can see the progress, we feel that, oh, I can make it, I can do it, I will continue. That's the motivation that we want to cultivate in our children. Okay, the next one is foster an entrepreneurial mindset. Is the insights from TEDx talks emphasize teaching resilience, initiative, and problem solving. All these things are actually with their own interest-based projects. If they are interested in the projects they are undertaking, no matter what challenge they face, they will always find ways to be persistent, to bounce back, and they will solve any problem along the way. Okay, now I received some question along the way. Let's see. Mm, all right, today I received 5 questions, Q&A. There are some doubts from the parents. So these are what I can gather. The first thing is, the questions is related to talent versus interest. Okay, talent versus interest. So the question is related to, how do you differentiate a passing interest from a genuine talent? Okay, so if let's say the children is curious about something, please acknowledge them. Okay, don't stop them, say, hey, don't be so busybody, because they are curious. That means it's a symptom already. So acknowledge that they are very curious and they may explore many things. The insight is, a passing interest may fade very quickly, while a genuine talent shows the signs of persistence, improvement, and joy, the joy even with effort. So how to, when there are passing interest and genuine talent, one a few strategies, there are three strategies that I can suggest. The first thing is, you observe the consistency, sorry, whether they can return it, do it repeatedly by themselves, as what I have highlighted. And also watch for the self motivation, whether they practice it without being told, is not their routine. And the third strategy is, look for the growth and progress. If you see that, hey, this round you discover that he is touching the plant. The second round, he is taking up the spade and then trying to play with the soil. That is the improvement, that is the growth and progress which you have to identify. So when all this happen, don't rush, just give them the space to experiment, continue, observe, and see what level they are in, and then provide the support as and when needed. So this is how we differentiate the passing interest from a genuine talent. That means if they do it consistently, they are motivated to do it, and you can see progress, that means it's something which is a genuine talent. All right. The second question I received is regarding the losing interest. What if my child frequently loses interest in activities. It happened. Okay, so when they start losing interest, it's very common for them to explore widely before the settling, because they are still exploring, they are still very young. So it doesn't mean that they lack of focus. It doesn't mean that once they shift, that means they don't focus. It's only part of their discovery. So when they excite, they just switch it. So the strategies are, you may observe for a trial period, like we have a probations for work, maybe a 3 months before they quit, and then ask reflective questions. Example, what did you enjoy about this? Why recently you do a lot of planting, you play around with soil a lot? What does it feel? How do you feel when you play with this? Why? What leads you to that? So ask this kind of question, and you focus on the skill gain and not just activity continuation. So the skills gain is more towards like the discipline, the teamwork, the creativity. So the losing interest, it doesn't mean that it's failed. It's just something to build the self-awareness about the likes and dislikes. They are exploring. So allow them to have the time to explore and feel that, hey, I don't like this. I want to try activity B. So this is a way to help them to explore. So we need to acknowledge that they can shift their interest rather than we scold them that you are not focusing. Okay. Now the third question I get is relating to over pushing. How can I support my child without pushing too hard or creating pressure? All right. So this is I know some of the parents, you're more panicking. You want to really we really want to see the best in our child. So acknowledge your I would encourage every parent to acknowledge the ones that the child to shine, okay, and that, but you need to be balance it. Don't pressure it. Make the flow natural. As what I keep on mentioning, observe and see their progress as well. So all these are actually um, we need to really support and nurture it, and we encourage them. If let's say we found out that, wow, this is something which they like, this is maybe singing, they keep on singing, even bath time they sing, having meal they also sing, waiting for transport they also sing, maybe flipping book also sing, doing homework, writing the correction, they can also sing. So this kind of natural thing means that they are they is talented, and it's something which they do it, they feel good, and they may feel very happy, relieve their stress at that time. So set the goals together with them, let them choose while we guide, okay, and encourage them to develop that, help them to balance up the time in developing their talent while balancing with the academic achievement as well, and be present in their journey. Let's say like my nephew and daughter, when they are in swimming competition, whenever they have competition, I will always support them, go with them if my work schedule allows. And I never miss the first time, because I personally feel that the first time in their life out for the competition is very important. So I was the one with them. Even though they did not do well, I snap photo, I give them encouragement. Oh, this is what I meant. Be present in their journey, be with them, attend the events together, and then when they are practice, be together with them, fetch them back, and prepare meals for them. And these are the ways that how we encourage them to flourish and make them feel being supported as well. All right, next one. How do I handle comparison? Okay, there are a lot of comparison out there. So how do I handle the comparisons with other children's talents? Your child may come back and tell you that, wow, like my daughter, she will come back, so and so, she can dance so well in the water, and I still cannot. So it's very natural to compare, but not so constantly. So what I told my daughter at that time is, it's okay. What you have done today, what talent you have developed today, and she will tell me that, oh, today I can do a split, and it's higher level, or how I stretch. So she described the situation to me. So I acknowledge her for that effort. She said that, wow, it's painful, and yeah, the coach just want her to do it. I said, did you manage to do it? She said, yes, finally I did it. I said, did you feel happy? So this is something which I lead the challenge, the pain to something which make her feel good. And that's how I shift the focus of her progress to happiness rather than on the pain. And when she did that, I also celebrate the small wins. Like she loves McDonald's Sunday, the strawberry Sunday. So that's why I will treat her a small strawberry Sunday so that she feel good as well. And appreciate, ask her, I teach her to appreciate that she has the ability to do that split rather than let her let her feel that, oh, I'm not as good as my peer can do, I cannot do. Okay, so always encourage and remind yourself and your child that different flowers bloom at different times. Everyone has a unique talent, so we have to embrace with our own talents and also respect that people has talent which we may not have. This is a concept that which we need to cultivate in our children. Okay, and the last question I received is, what if my child's talent doesn't align with traditional success metrics? Well, this is okay. Not every passion fits into academics, to be honest. Sports, high paying careers, or all these things are very traditional success metrics. It doesn't mean that nowadays we have influencer, we have people not doing full-time job but only online sales, and then they can earn a living. So these are these are really very modern success metrics which we have no reference at all. So the world is expanding, is creative, in is we are in a digital world with a lot of AI things coming in, and all these conventional skills are now getting more and more highly valued. So acknowledge all this transferable skill. If they have the talent of speaking in front of video, they like to do video recording, and they want us to help them to record, learn it, do it together with them, support them, and encourage the excellence in their chosen area. Like my nephew, I have one nephew who is now 13 years old in secondary school first year. He loves to have the video recording himself and then recommending about those Pokemon toys that he loves. Then that's how he share about Pokemon, even though it's short video. And the family, we always go there and like his video. And that's how the support environment give him the confidence, give him the pleasure that he feels happy that, wow, family members are supporting me, even auntie not staying together with me, giving me likes as well. These are the encouragement which we help them to excel in the areas of developing their talent, and connect them with mentors like my brother, because he's my brother's son. So actually he go and find a lot of information about Pokemon and then learn together with the son, and then that's how they develop their interest as well. So today's success is not a one size fits all things again. So supportive parents help children to turn non-traditional interests into meaningful life paths. That's what I can say. So if your child loves TikTok, loves to do video, please by all means help them to develop. This is the skill which we need in the current world, in this ever-changing world, especially after pandemic. So acknowledge them and learn from them as well. Develop together with them. Make them feel proud, feel happy that, wow, my parent, my mommy is very supportive. Okay? Okay, let me go to this again. Let's see. Okay, it's towards the end. Let me share a few more slides. Okay, okay, somehow today's my monitor is a bit very awkward. Apologize for the inconvenience. Okay, let's see how I can do it. Okay. Okay, There are some additional tips and resources for the parents. So, beyond the immediate techniques and supportive environment, which I have mentioned, there are a few more things that you can do. Aptitude tests, use interest and aptitude tests, which you can find it online, thoughtfully as guides for exploration, not as definitive labels. It's just as a guide. Always remember that the the label is always back to what are the talent in your child, in your children, rather than we force them to develop. And the family culture as well. Foster a family environment which with open conversations about the learning and growth so that everyone can grow together with their own interests, with their own talent. And celebrate effort. Remember what I say? Celebrate small wins. Praise perseverance, resilience, and the journey of learning. The progress of learning, the joy of learning is just fun and enjoyable and rewarding, and celebrate all these things. Community programs, connect with local enrichment programs which help your child or your children to develop that interest in that, and that will help them to develop their gifted talent. And the last one is recommended reading, like explore some writers who are knowledgeable in that area, and then learn about the programs, something like that. And now I would like to conclude that uh, in your role in unlocking the potential of your child, you need to be supportive, you need to be patient, and you need to provide guidance as well. There are four elements here I would like to share. First thing is we need to embrace the uniqueness. We need to recognize every child's path to discover their own interests and talents is unique, is distinct. There's no Don't compare your eldest and your second one, or your eldest and the youngest one. Even though it's from the same parents, the interest is different. So respect them and recognize their uniqueness, embrace the uniqueness. Second thing is value the authenticity. They they value you. We need to help them to value their interests and talents. And even though if they are not conventional, as what I say, they may like video recording, and their ambition may be, I want to be an influencer. I want to be an expert in TikTok, and then I earn income from TikTok show. Why not? This is what is in the world now. Acknowledge that and value the authenticity. Okay. Now nurture the core values. Focus on fostering the curiosity, resilience, and endure the love for learning in all its form. This is very important because once the children or your child show some curiosity in certain things, that means it's their interest. Help them to develop that. Okay. And the last thing is be their champion. Commit to being the patient guides and dedicated advocates to support them. Like I say, they are in swimming team, and I was the one who need to be the transporter. So be their champion, help them to grow, make them make them feel proud in the process of their success. You are with them. Okay. So thank you for your time, and I really enjoy sharing with you about this trust development for our children. So let's see. Okay, so I hope that this session will give you a better guidance on how to nurture the interest and talent of your children. I'll see you in the next session in September. Bye bye.